Namaskar. Welcome to Prakash on Basics. I am Prakash Zog. The superiority of Hinduism can easily be gauged from the social commitment and the responsibility included in the religion itself. It is self evident from two concepts that I'm going to talk from today onwards, the Runas and the Panchamahayajnas. Uh, its explanations are from scriptures such as the Manusmruti that most of us have heard about, the Shatpat Brahman, the Taittiriya Aranyak, and many other texts actually. And all these are more than 3,000 years old. Of course, Hinduism being a dynamic religion, uh, we see that there is a suitable adaptation and a change as the social conditions change, and suitable modifications are also made. We see that in the Purva Mimamsa that we have been talking of recently, and the changes in the Panchamahayajnas are still on. We realize the modifications made by thinkers even today. Even then, 3,000 years ago, the rishis realized a few major aspects of social behavior and responsibilities. We are a part of interdependent society, also the biosphere, and they referred to it as the Jada and the Chetan, the non-living and the living, and realize that we as humans are not the first to be born on this planet. Mm, we have gained from our previous generations, from our seniors. We owe our well being not only to the previous generations, but to all seniors and others that are around. We are in the debt. This debt is known as Runa. We need to know whom we owe things. Who are the ones whom we owe this Runa? And we need to repay these runas with a sense of gratitude and thankfulness. And it has been listed as a part and parcel of our dharma in the Manusmriti and the other texts. Then there are those favors, those debts, those runas that we cannot repay directly back again from whom they have come. So they must be repaid in some other form, in kind. The rishis and sages at that time identified five categories of runas. Let us try and identify all of them first. The Manusmriti says that a person is said to be born with three runas, the Deva runa, the Rishi runa, and the Pitru runa. But I mentioned five. The two are associated in a slightly different manner. So I'll come to them separately. Realize that all higher powers that have created this universe, according to the Vedas, the Nirguna Brahma or the Saguna Parmeshwar and the Pancha Mahabhutas, Prithvi, Aap, Tej, Vayu, Akash, earth, water, energy or radiant energy, wind, and space. They have all created everything that is around us, including us, of course. So we owe our very existence to all of them. We are in their runa, their debt. This is known as the Deva Runa, the debt of our very existence to the creators. All our progress is based on the knowledge that we have, and it is acquired not only from our past generations, but even from the present generations. Acknowledging this is known as the Rushi Runa. That is our debt to all those who have selflessly contributed towards our knowledge, towards our progress, towards our development. And the third one, uh, it is our parents who finally give birth to us. They, and as it is mentioned in some of the scriptures, the seven previous generations contribute to you. Biologically, even today, that is our genetic contribution. Uh, Today, we look at our genes that we have acquired from our parents, so half and half, uh, and from our grandparents, one fourth and one fourth. And so, if you keep on going backwards, if you go to around seventh generation, so 1 upon 2, 1 upon 4, 1 upon 8, 1 upon 16, 1 upon 32, 1 upon 64, 1 upon 128, and all that comes down to 0.0078125%. Sorry, fraction. So if you break it down to percentage, it will work out to be 0.78125, which is practically zero point 0.8. That is less than 1%. And that's negligible. So anything prior to that will go to half again and half again and half again. So that becomes insignificant. So our genetic code itself has been contributed by at least five generations up to 3% and seven generations up to less than 1%. We owe all that we have to all these people. They are known as Pitara, our ancestors, and our debt to them is known as the Pitru Runa. These are the runas that we are all born with. A direct repayment of this is not possible. In addition to this, based on the next step, which is the Pancha Mahayajnas, two more types of runas can be identified. One is known as the Bhuta Runa, and the next one is known as Nru Runa or the Manushya Runa. All those organisms, animals, domestic, wild, plants, trees, rivers, everything in our biosphere, that these are things that help us to live better. They help in providing many of the things that we need. In India, for example, we always talk of Gomata, uh, cow as the mother itself, the most revered of the species, and her progeny, the male offspring, the bull, for ages has been the major power source for farmers and other places also. And then there are horses and elephants and cattle and livestock, and they have all contributed to our needs. We must realize this and repay them. And this is what we are talking of as the Bhutaruna. All these represent Bhut, that means the one who exists, and their Runa is the Bhutaruna. And the last one. Finally, we must not forget that we are a part and parcel of the society. The fifth runa is the runa of all the human beings that are around us. We cannot progress without the help of each other. We can't, in fact, survive genuinely uh, without others. One is constantly receiving from others in some form or the other. It could be protection, it could be food, it could be some form of a guidance, it could be the company that is provided, it could be your friends, the love, the patient hearing that you get from others, the physical and the mental support that we get, or even a simple helping hand to reduce, or somebody helping you to reduce your burdens, or the rulers themselves like the kings. All their contribution puts us in debt, and that is known as the Manushya Runa or the Nru Runa. 3,000 years ago, our wise sages have realized all this and put forward the concept of runas for us. And they have also mentioned that it is not just enough to realize that you are in debt, you have a runa. They have to be repaid. In the Bhagavad Gita, in the third chapter, somewhere, Bhagavan Krishna says, those who do not repay their runas are enough for thieves because they only take and not return. The various scriptures that I started with, Manusmriti, Taittiriya Aranyak, the Shatpat Brahman, also provide the methods and answers to becoming free of these runas, how they are to be repaid. These are known as the Pancha Mahayajnas. If you don't perform them, there is no salvation. But these are not the conventional yajnas. They are in a different form, each related to one of the runas that we have talked of. These Panchamahayajnas are important even today for all of us. We need to discuss all of them, but that I will do next time. If you have liked whatever I have said, if you have appreciated whatever I have said, please like and subscribe to this channel. Tell your friends about it. Realize that you are in debt to so many. So we must realize these runas and we must find a suitable method of making a repayment. There were some methods prescribed right 3,000 years ago. They were modified a little later. And even today, we talk of them and modify them, but we are aware of them, and all of us have to repay them. These are a sort of a commitment known as a yajna. We will talk of these Pancha Mahayajnas next time. Till then, Namaskar.